Hey y'all, it's Anime Kim, and today I'm going to be reading the 11th episode of Kouya no Kotobuki Hikoutai. And I gotta say, this episode did a great job in just further strengthening Isao's position as the final end boss for the main crew in the series, because I like how throughout this episode it's establishing more personal connections that Isao has with the main cast. For example, I like how they finally explained who the pilot was that shot down Alan, which is Kate's brother, and who pretty much directly caused him to be bedridden. And that's pretty much Isao. He was the motherfucker that did that. So I like that kind of stuff, because now it shows that almost everyone in the Kotobuki crew has a bone to pick with that motherfucker in regards to Kate. Then I also like how this episode also kind of establishes what happened to Old Sab, and I like how it explained through Isao that Old Sab used to be a Japanese armor military engineer, and that kind of explains why he has such great pilot skills. But then one day he tried to run away from Isao, and then unfortunately Isao shot down the plane of Old Sab, and Isao doesn't really know if he's alive or dead. But he summarizes that he's running away in some kind of wasteland. So I like those kind of details too, because it also means that Keely has a bone to pick with them too. And it's going to only make it... Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, but I also like how it also showed off that Rena and Zara have a bone to pick with Isao too. Because Rena tries to negotiate things, Isao fake agrees, then he uses it to shoot down Rena's plane. And then obviously that's going to piss off Rena on the next episode. And then you have, honestly, since Zara was there, she's probably going to be pissed about the situation too. So at the very least, the majority of the crew, save for Emma and Chaika, now have some kind of personal bone to pick with Isao. So I kind of like that, because now it's only going to make episode 12 feel much more grander. And not just that, but it's also going to make it so that if any of those four take down that motherfucker Isao, it's going to make it feel much, much more intense. So I kind of like that kind of element about this episode from a character perspective. It makes Isao feel like a much, much more evil bad guy. And it makes him much, much more hateable, but in a good way. It only serves to help serve the show. And I also like the little character moments when they introduced some of the elite industry members that we saw a few episodes ago when Zara infiltrated their base, and it was cool to see them actually help the main crew too. It only makes it feel like some of the previous episodes that seemingly were disconnected, and now makes it feel like they actually have a grand connection with the narrative overall. So I also gotta give props to the anime for that. It makes the episodes feel like they have much, much more narrative weight and impact. So that's also another reason why I thought it did really well from a character standpoint. And it had some cool moments with Naomi too. Those were nice. And it had some nice funny moments too, like when Chaka's plane was shot down and she was in the parachute. Instead of worrying about her parachute being shot with bullets, she was more worried about anyone gaining a view of her panties from such a high distance. So that got me to chuckle quite a bit. So I like that too. It makes these characters much more endearing. So that's what I thought I did well from the character standpoint. In the story standpoint, I thought I did pretty decently. We made some decent plot progression. We got through the first confrontation, and the main good guys pretty much lost one of their main fleets because one of the guys didn't want to retreat. So there were some consequences suffered. And I like how this episode increased the stakes, because aside from there being more emotional connections with the main characters and Isao that are involved, it also shows off that Isao has like a great equipment in his planes, because Kylie and everyone else in our main crew don't even have close to the technology that Isao has. So I also found that pretty interesting. It's going to make it interesting to see how they're going to take him down next week. So I also like that too from a story standpoint. And that's what I did pretty decently from there. Our animation were on point. Only weird things that like kind of killed my immersion a little bit was those sequences when there was 2D characters and 3D characters on the same screen. But other than that, the animation and art were competently composed. Keely was super expressive, same with Isao, so the CG felt relatively more natural than other episodes, so I gotta give props. And the music actually stood out this week, because all the other weeks it was alright, but this week actually had multiple new OSTs that brought on the tension, so gotta give props to the music composer for that. Voice performances were pretty damn great, and that's why I am gonna rate this episode an 8 out of 10. Thought it was pretty good, and it leaves me eagerly anticipating for more, preferably to see Isao get his ass kicked, hopefully. So anyways, guys and gals, these are my thoughts on episode 11. Comment down your thoughts in the comments section below. Rate the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later if you subscribe for more. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll try to be there for my reaction and review videos on Sunday, most likely Monday, but I'll try. Alright, well, have a great and safe day, everyone. Bye-bye.